Hello, my name is Gary Nelson, and I'm the owner of GNI Installations, which I've been installing different things from cabinets to water purification systems, appliances, doors, windows. Well, that's a part of my life, installations. And what I've done is put together some information about our water. So if you're in this page, I want you to look at all the different buttons that you see, if chlorine or bottled water, lupus, fibromyalgia, all this stuff is it means something, and I want you to watch the videos. I'm gonna let them tell you. And uh, these are people that I do not know. I just done a little research background because I've had problems with my health and I didn't know why. I went to the doctor and one time and I said, "Well, doc," I said, "my blood pressure keeps going up. What's wrong with me?" They said it was my age. Well, I know people that's older than I am and have better lower blood pressure than I do. So I wasn't going to take that. And the reason that came up is I had a job where it's high stress, and it was only high stress because I enjoyed what I was doing. The only reason it was high stress is they was making some changes in the company. And I know a lot of you have also experienced some type of downgrade where they want to get someone younger in or someone that makes less money than you. So apparently I had topped out in both. Okay, I got my age in there, got my money. I was making good money. Was now finally able to take care of my family, 401ks. The vacations, all that was at my disposal. But then someone makes a decision, and it said now it's time to change the whole company. So, with a long story short, one day I was in my mechanic area. I was a technician for a camping service. Okay, so and they just made it impossible for me to do what I enjoy doing. And so one day, my stress level had went up, and my blood pressure went 190 over 110. Well, I said, well, this is crazy. I had to sit down, and I finally had enough of that company. So even though I enjoyed doing what I was doing, I had enough of the company. So I gave my 2 weeks resignation. Well, I had to make sure that I left there properly. So I took some sick days and went to see the doctor and see why my blood pressure had spiked up so high. And he didn't even ask me, was I stressed out or whatever. He just went right to the point because I asked him, I said, well, why is my blood pressure up? He said, oh, well, it's your age. It's about that time. Well, I didn't like that answer. And I had put my resignation in. But then I went to a company where I was installing these water purification systems here. Okay. Now, this isn't the particular company that I was installing for, but I do install various companies, their systems. So the reason why I was sold, when I started installing for them for months, I really didn't know what was going on. Then I heard about chlorine, and my wife, she's a registered nurse, and she was always thinking and wondering how can we fix this problem. We found out one of the problems that we had was the chlorine in the water was affecting our cardiovascular system. It also messes with your bronchial tubes and all that stuff. So asthma, in other words. And we noticed that a lot of people had real bad times when they're in the restroom. And that's when the chlorine and stuff starts spraying from a shower, or whenever you flush the toilet, you wash your hands. Those gases, even though that you can't really smell them because you're used to it, those gases are deadly. Okay, that shut down your respiratory system. It absorbs into your skin and it goes into your blood. So now it's creating inflammation in different spots, and then your blood pressure starts rising because inflammation is there. It also inflames your bronchial tube, so that's why people have asthma attacks, and sometimes it's shut down. My wife shut down. So we found out that we needed to do something. So my wife, she really got into looking for different ways to build a dechlorinator, some way to get the chlorine out of the water. We was only kind of concerned about the chlorine, so she bought me different kits, and she brought this and that, and plans on how to make one, and that's before I started installing these systems here. And it was when I was working at the camping company. Okay, so I could never get it together to build it, and that's when I came in to installing them, and I started learning about them. And I found out that most people buy dechlorinators, which is a charcoal filter. You just take it and you screw it in under your house. It's a little blue little tank that you screw in. Well, how often do you have to change that? Over and over again. Okay. Well, I found out that I had a system that was automatic. It was similar to the one we have here. Okay. You see all this up here? This is your microprocessor, and you set it to clean your water. It also has a softener. So most people are familiar with softeners, water softeners. So this does both. This softens your water, and it also has activated charcoal that takes out all the poisons out the water. And I say all, but I know it takes out the chlorine, the lead. It even takes out radiations. A lot of stuff that comes out into activated charcoal that I'm still learning about. And so that's why I went on and created a dealership with this particular product here. So I'm making it affordable for everybody. I find out after your water test, what do you need? I'm not going to sell you something one thing fits all. I mean, if you have a well, then I need to find out what's in your water in your well and see what we need to add to this machine to extract. You might even need a chlorinator to kill the bacteria, and then this machine will take it out, take the chlorine out, and then it also takes the hardness out. Okay? So I need to know how to design that. So that's why we really harp on presentations with you, because you'll be surprised and excited about what you're able to protect yourself from in this water. And you also have a test that makes sure that it's all good. Now, I also went a little bit further. I bought everything I needed to be regulated as far as license to do this business. I also made sure I had my dealerships together, and I also made sure that I'm posted and hooked up with the Better Business Bureau. Okay, so I'm making sure that you get all the good information you need, and I'm able to sell you the machine and install it properly to protect your house. We want to stop everything at the street before it gets to you. We don't care what the water looks like, long as it doesn't get in your house. So we soften it and we purify it. That's what we do here in GNIwater.com. We're affiliated with GNI installations. So I'm Gary, and I hope you look through our page, and if you see something you need, just contact us whatever way it tells you to do it. Just get in touch with us, and we'll make sure that we can clean up your house. You're talking to Gary. And we'll talk to you later.